Okay. Hello, good evening, good afternoon. This is Steam for. Wait, hold up. Uh, for Kingdom of Apples from Elwad. So was not trying to say the other venue I'm a part of. Uh, Today we find Kagoma taking over taking over. I guess you could say he's self-appointed governor of Krechny, or at least uh, because certain Valer Count has become a proud father.
Yeah, Kagoma is kind of like not really the governor. He's just filling like Valerius's big shoes and taking over the management of the barony. He's been doing that before because barony, the count was doing other stuff at Seafoam. But he's working with Bryce to make sure everything is happening smoothly. He's preparing like this bonfire ritual. He wants to have like a special like ritual for the barony to attract maybe other tourists and stuff like that. He's preparing the barony for penance, celebration, and particularly for Samhain. He's trying to lay some groundwork to make sure the barony is going to be still standing after that particular sacred night. So he's going over some paperwork in one of the offices.
And the fact that there's a puka walking into his office just really did not help it matters any for the celebration for Champagne.
So he looks up from his paperwork and immediately pushes it to the side. He's like, "Ah, Jimmy, come in. How are you, bud?"
Hey, Kagoma. I was actually trying to find the account and see if I could talk to him about getting in contact with his people on the werewolf side and see if I can get into the war college.
Oh yeah. I think Xander is going to be helping babysit for Eve and Valerius. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. So if you have anything for him, I can maybe deliver it for you.
All right. Uh, okay. I'm sorry. Say again. You broke up with most of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Um, Kadoma says that Xander is going to be babysitting for Eve and Valerius. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure. They're having a date night. So if you have anything that you want to get to him, I could probably take it for you.
All right. I don't have anything right now per se.
Okay.
Uh, just probably a message that somebody would like to speak with their I their warden to see if I can lend any help to them in any a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Out of character, Kagoma, you just noticed that he used the correct terminology for Marshall for the werewolves.
um, he doesn't say, he doesn't, he notices, and you probably notice that he notices. Um, I don't know. I don't think that this is worth a perception plus empathy roll. But like most creatures in the world of darkness, most creatures are very secretive about their terminology. So you
Yeah.
definitely notice that you use that word.
Uh, and he's probably going to just try to brush across that real quickly. Typical Puka. Yeah, he's always lying.
Yeah,
Uh,
and typical issue fashion. He's not. Kagoma's very polite. He's not going to call attention to it. But he definitely notices. Um,
yeah.
his eyes might maybe widen for like the briefest of moments. Um, and he says, "Do you have your paperwork for the war college? Let's look at that. Let's make sure
Uh,
everything's
he
in order."
he pulls out the registration paperwork. I was also trying to see if there was any scholarships because ow, permanent dross, ow.
Yeah, I know. You might have to sell your body. Um,
Which I would not be having a problem with.
uh, holy, yeah. Goma's looking over the paperwork. He's like, I had forgotten how expensive this is, but it's well worth it. Like a basis in military strategy. This is like combat ethics. Yeah, all this is good, but fuck, I have forgotten how spendy this is.
Damn.
Vander's taking classes out there, but he loves it. He loves it. They're doing a good job with his training.
Yeah.
Everything looks good. You have a couple references here, so that's good.
Um, you'd notice that he actually, one of his, actually his stepmom is like one of the higher ranking people in the Kingdom of Grass, and his mom's one of the higher ranking people in the Kingdom of Fire.
Oh wow! Like he
Like
personally.
it also you know these names as Lady Lady Drosta of Kingdom Fire. She's would be like what Valerius was before he became count.
Okay.
But
Okay.
like she didn't marry into to it. She that was basically her working her way up.
Okay. Considering the circles Kagoma travels in with like Ishu and like storytellers, it's from a different kingdom, but I'm thinking with his politics background that he might have heard of those names. Maybe not know too much about them, but he's definitely probably heard of those names and know that they're definitely influential Cathane and from different kingdoms, Kingdom of Grass and the Kingdom of Fire, respectively.
Yeah.
But he nods. He looks very impressed. Like, oh, good job,
Thank you.
good job. But yeah, we can see what's out there, you know. And worst case scenario, if we can't get any kind of scholarship, we could definitely come up with a plan on how we can um, maybe help with subsidizing this tuition.
All right, that works. Uh, selling my body would not be out of the realm of reality, but let's hold that to on the back burner.
He kind of holds his hands up. He's like, "Hey, I don't make the rules. I'm just saying." This is a hard world we live in with it.
I mean I'm good, but I don't heal so well.
Well, no, we're not talking about selling body parts.
Oh, okay. Uh,
you're, you're
wouldn't that
Fiona.
be painful?
You're, you're Fiona. I mean, you're Fiona. I'm talking about a different type of selling your body.
Oh, selling it. I don't think we could sell plasma or other fluids.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. So, um, moving on to brighter things. Um,
Yeah.
when I first, it's funny that you came and you were asking about the moonbees. When I first took an oath to the house, like I was doing some research and I had like a vision about like like the house and our connection with like a particular tribe of moonbees called the Fianna. Have you have you heard of that?
I know that we have connections with ancient pacts with them, and we call them some of them family. Actually, a lot of them took up like mercenary spots in the war in the Kingdom of Grass.
Hmm. So our connections are still strong with this
Yes.
family. It's
Like straight out, my dad he told me that his pure breeding was very low. By the time it got to his generation, out of character. I'm saying he's like a pure breed of one, and then he married my mom, which bred out the bloodline.
Yep. Well, he's just noting typical. He's just noting your terminology. He's like, oh, there's another one. Fuck.
uh,
He
but
doesn't
I
understand
didn't really.
it, but he's heard that the Moonbees have like a certain pedigree. He doesn't get it at all.
Yeah, I other than that, don't. I didn't really know how deep they'd go.
Well, I was just our pacts, our oaths are definitely more binding. I was just wondering, like, what responsibility we had to these blood brothers, if any. These are dark and troubling times. Better understand my responsibility now as opposed to later.
Um, think of a family relationship or of long lines of blood brothers, like you said, brothers in arms. We'll even party with them constantly whenever there's because actually we from what my dad told me, which is limited, which is kind of the basics. He said that a lot of our holidays and traditions would commingle with theirs because we actually also had a hand in their tribe's inception.
Hmm.
along with another another prodigal affiliation. He just didn't go into detail.
Hmm. Well, I know they exist. Are you referring to the Children of Lilith?
No, uh, they're I've ran with. I haven't run with many uh, of the vampires out of character. He just added that he knows that terminology.
Yeah, it's common terminology. But Kagoma just is he's a grump, so he prefers the more flowery changeling terminology.
Yeah. But I was more. I've actually heard that a lot of the changelings and some Fianna, when they're away from their places, their holy places, that a sect of the will workers actually had a hand in their inception, but I never confirmed it.
There was a wizard that helped us out along with the Fianna. Haven't seen him in some time, but yeah, they're quite powerful.
Yeah, they're powerful and very different. If I was an Illuminati, I'd be looking all up in their grill for a lot of knowledge.
Well, this particular will worker, this particular wizard, he explained their magic, and it kind of works like our cantrips. They're focusing of the wheel through realms. There's kind of very similar. They have like bunks that they use to focus power, where we focus glamour. Um, they're very vast differences, but I was more stricken by our similarities.
Uh, I I heard they have a thing with banality, but they call it something else.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know about that. This one helped me with a block that I was helped me like with one of my arts. Um,
Uh,
really kind of gave me some insight that I really was needing at the time.
an intellectual block, not a metaphysical one.
Yeah, it was kind of like a more yeah, it was a definite like intellectual, maybe mental block. I was definitely needed to refocus and come at my problems in a different angle, which he was definitely good at. He was very agile mentally, very smart.
How long did he stay with us? By any chance, if you know, uh, or do you know?
How long did what?
How long did he stay with us? Like, did he come here to Taranar? And if he did, how long did he stay with us?
He came and went. Um, the wizards have their own battle that they fight,
Uh,
but when we needed, and when we were aware of different conflicts that were happening, he definitely was there, which counts for a lot.
yeah,
Are you thinking if they spend too much time with us, they suffer from madness?
yeah, a little bit because a lot of times when I was working with the Fianna back home, we had to bring uh, we could bring them into the dreaming. We just had to take them right back out before too long.
Yeah, yeah. With the wizard that helped us in our battle, that was kind of the situation. We took him in and then we took him out. There's another wizard, Miriam. She was explaining that their magic definitely works a lot differently sometimes in our realms.
Uh, yeah, the dreaming kind of has weird effects on different people.
Yeah, yeah, even on us.
Oddly enough, I actually figured out the hard way that the mists actually affect the werewolves. Uh, my first time out of the chrysalis.
Thank God it does. Um, I think most nights I could deal with a human who's not affected by the mist. I would much prefer if the mist definitely handled a werewolf as opposed to me trying to fix the situation.
Yeah, considering if a human remembered, it wouldn't be pretty.
Yeah.
So, do you need any help here in the office or anything?
Um, there's some like celebrations we're preparing for. Um, I would hate to bog you down with the minutia of like public service, but if you're interested at all, I could kind of use a little bit of help on paperwork.
I can do that. I actually need to. You noticed I need to just bring my cross income back up.
Okay, okay. Well, we're of the same house, so I could definitely employ you and pay you modestly. It won't be the best paying job, but I could definitely offer you something for your time.
That works. I will be in and out of the office sometimes because I'm also helping the weapons representative for the Goblin Town with her Goblin employees and keeping them in line.
Okay.
But
So,
I'll definitely be here helping you as well.
well, perfect. Perfect. I've been managing everything well, but it's good to have a second set of hands on deck so I could, get away if needed.
And not to mention, it makes make a lot of work come up a lot shorter, finishing a lot quicker, so
Yep,
to speak.
yep, yep. And two sets of eyes are better than one. So,
Yeah.
well, welcome to the barony. Um, yeah, I'll get this. He takes the application. I'll get this to Count Valerius, and we'll definitely talk about, what avenues we might have for like discounts. Considering I am providing child service for free.
Yeah. How are the newborn borns?
But yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. Ryan and Christopher, they're
Oh,
the most beautiful children, and not, I don't know, not because they're changelings. It's just a great sense of possibility when you're looking into like a newborn baby's eyes. They could be
yeah.
anything. There's really no telling. There's no like imagining like what that little life is going to grow up into. So it's,
Especially more than one. I'm thinking twins.
yeah, twins. One is
Oh, oh, that's so all the potential and all the crazy.
well, knowing Countess Eve and Count Valerius, there'll be a lot of crazy, but
Yeah, considering from what if I remember, normal twins uh, are bad enough. Changeling twins make it doubly as worse. Puka twins. Oh dear God. Uh, you give up two puka with a pseudo telepathic connection and their own secret language, and you have one big pranking machine.
Yikes, that would stink.
Yeah,
That would be hardcore.
yeah.
Well,
Um, question: did more the region clean up the pranks left behind by my he gets a little bit of a sad look. My brother's pranking.
well, not the regent herself, I'm sure, but
Yeah,
I'm sure they were handled. You know.
I I remember that phone call. Actually, he actually told me how did she miss her guards or her miss that there was multiple pranks about to go off?
Um, from what I understand of the situation, she's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, but from what Lex told me in that phone call, he actually said that his and this girl he said was the Queen's Bard, Satara.
Yeah.
Um, they had pranks going off along with the knocker Timmy,
Hmm.
but his was what actually got noticed. But they got, I guess, in his words, she or her guards thought only Lex and Sitar were involved. They didn't have their own individual pranks that were going on.
Mm.
Like, because from what he told me, his went off and hers went off anyway.
Yeah.
And they only publicly outed Timmy.
Um. Yeah. I have no idea. Not her fall guy. It seems that's happened
Mm,
before.
yeah, considering she probably was thinking, oh, Puka, they're going to naturally try to prank me. And then Satara, she's an interesting issue, from what I was told.
You'll find most Githane here are very interesting. They play against what has been considered common conceptions about their kiths.
Well, look at me. I'm particularly willful, but for a puka, where I can actually sometimes lie, and you could tell he actually when he said that he actually did lie, but he was meaning to tell the truth.
Right.
But usually, I'm pretty good on such things.
Yeah.
Heck, I actually got into Juilliard of all things.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Whatever came of that? Did you have to explore another route after your chrysalis, after your change?
Uh, I'm still with Juilliard. It's just with I actually the job I had to explore another route because, well, he flutters his wings a little bit. These came with me, but they don't work.
Uh,
And the job I was working at the time, they would have been pinned in too much by a shirt.
yep.
And I actually, even if I even tried to hold them in for like a few seconds with a normal shirt, it's really really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can't imagine like trying to like strap those down. I'm not even sure like how you could possibly do it, but yeah, definitely they're huge. It looks like it would suck.
Yeah. Um, Grey World. It's kind of interesting when you're confronted by doors,
Yikes.
especially when they're only chimerical wings and they still you. I don't know what it is. I guess it's like natural instinct for me to do it by now. Like literally, I'd have to go walk in with a side shuffle. I can't go through like go through head on like any other kid or normal person.
Well, being normal is entirely overrated. So,
Yeah.
do you? And I'm sure most people would love to be able to fly. Well, not that you can, right?
Yeah.
You said you can't
No.
physically?
No. They're they flap and I can feel the muscles getting a workout, but no lift off.
Is that just something that comes with training, or
I don't know. It's one of those. I I think it's due to my past with I believe is named now as Rancor. Like
so?
something happened and they stopped work. They either something made them stop working back then, and it
Yeah,
traveled with me.
yeah. Rancor has told me tell about this hideous war that he was part of
Yeah,
lifetimes ago.
yeah. I remember how he got those burn marks too. That sucked for him. He got the sucky into that one.
Yeah. Well, being burnt alive doesn't. Well, I can't imagine that's ever a pleasurable experience. But he's
Yeah,
starting to master some arts that might be helpful for that affliction.
I think he said he was working on metamorphosis because he figured out it makes the healing less itchy.
Right. Yeah, I'm not. I can't. I can't say that I understand how it works, but he said it helps with the pain, so
Eh,
seems good.
whatever works.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly. Poor guy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get you set up with the Barony. Maybe see
All
if we
right.
can get you some draws, some funds to work with.
I can probably start performing at the pubs, but I think I've heard the bartenders have their local regular here
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. But we can explore some avenues, right?
Yeah. I think that they said his name was Rom. He's going by Romulus, right? Romulus now,
hmm hmm
and
Um,
he's the marshal.
yep. Lead singer of a band called Good Right Hook or Good Left Hook. It's one of those fighting things. I'm not sure.
He pulls out his phone. It's like, damn it, I know this doesn't work, but he scrolls through his iTunes app on his phone and just shows you it shows you the band.
Yep, there it is. Good Left Hook. There it is. It was one of those. But
uh,
he's pretty good actually. I've seen him perform, and he's pretty wicked with a guitar too.
yeah, I've listened to him most of the time when I'm not on my my usual playlist. He's really good.
Yeah,
No wonder the bartenders have him as a regular.
yeah, he's become quite busy lately with affairs of state. So maybe
Uh,
now's the time to kind of like get your name in there.
all right, I'll start looking into those while we start looking into the other avenues as well.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Well, I'll definitely try my best to get you set up here. We want to make you feel as welcome as possible. All the amenities of home.
Yeah, I'm still working on trying to find Lex's old freehold. I don't. I just hope it didn't disappear after he died.
Okay. Well, let me know when you have like a few days, and we could probably I could probably help you with that. We could search for it together.
That will work. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, this paperwork isn't going to do itself, so he kind of looks up.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna. I guess I can start work today with you.
Well, yeah, I have to clear it through the count, but I could definitely have Bryce take you through the preliminaries.
All
Um,
right.
get you one of these fancy quill pens that we use on this side.
I'm okay with that, but it pulls it out and yours out in the will and is with his right hand, passes it. Tries to write with his right hand. It don't work. Passes it to his left hand. It works a little bit better than the chicken scratch that he wrote with his right hand.
Yeah, maybe we'll just have you concentrate on the filing aspect.
Yeah. All right. I, I guess that's it. I can probably get go find Count Bryce and see about those preliminaries.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He's actually a chancellor now, so he's not quite count.
Oh, okay, okay.
Just the taking over the state part of things. That fucker will not outrank me. although,
Right.
although he's been here far longer, so if he did, I would not be mad.
I will not be outdone by the person that's been here longer.
I will burn with ambition until I die. uh,
It doesn't mean that the queen will, if something happened to him, the queen wouldn't find favor with you as next in line.
well, I must say that it was her excellent her excellency no her majesty that knighted me. So I think I might have a soft
Nice.
spot. I think I might have a soft spot in the heart of our our queen Mab.
Yeah. She's got that regal beauty about her working for her too.
Okay, Queen Mab is like 50 or 60, so I'm just like, I kind of took
Hey,
that.
hey, all I'm gonna say is Cooper is the same.
Okay, I just got a little too Fiona there. I'm like, oh, Lord.
A little bit too Fiona, really.
Yeah, sorry. Kagoma doesn't cough or sputter. He just kind of raises an eyebrow at that. He's just like, oh, all right. He's down with the old chicks.
He just goes, I'll date older. I don't care.
No. Mab she's still is she, so she's absolutely gorgeous, but she's just older.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll get with Bryce and see what he says, and we get started on. And other than that, I'll probably start hitting up the pubs and doing some performances.
Perfect. Well, welcome aboard. Let me know if there's anything I could do to assist you.
I will do.
All right.
Do you know any of the wolf changers that I can probably get in touch with on starting getting those contacts a little bit more in depth, so to speak?
I do. I would like to speak with them, so I could make sure that they're okay with it first.
All right.
And
That's
I'll definitely bring them to like a safe place like here or something like that. So we could talk freely. But they're very secretive. I'm not sure what rules they operate under, but yeah, I just don't want to commit a faux pas.
Yeah. One rule of thumb: if it's one of the Wolfborn, don't look at it directly in the eye.
No, I've noticed that they're quite angry.
Yeah. Especially the Fiona warrior types. They have a particular rageful presence about them that makes some people uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We can't feel it, but apparently they have quite the presence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Very interesting.
yeah. If it's what they call the person you're talking to is the alpha, be very deferential and very polite.
Well, I tend to do that with the rage-filled monsters anyway.
Yeah. But and they're very instinctual. Like I said, if it's a wolfborn, don't look it directly in the eye. It considers that a challenge.
Hmm.
Even the city dwelling ones.
That's good to know.
But that's mainly it that I know of off of observation. They kept most of their society secret from me, even though I had some favor with the pack once before I moved.
Well, I in all my dealings, I think it's best that I play as stupid as possible. The less they know that I know about them, the better. So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
consider that our strategy.
Especially if they know that you know what their cold iron is.
Right.
I don't, but then again, I most of the time I would figure the old stories would be a good base, but then again, I never really wanted to get so close with to one with silver.
Hmm. Yeah.
To even try and prove that one correct.
Yeah, I don't think that's a smart idea.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that would. Yeah, I don't think that's a smart idea. Um, and definitely not discussing our particular quirks with the
Yeah.
moon beast isn't a good idea either. But
No, no. Uh, well, other than that, that's mostly what I can probably I know and could tell you. Other than the names of the tribes, but the different tribes, but we other than the Fianna, I know I can tell you real quick before I leave. There's 13 in existence right now. There were four, one, two fell. Uh, Actually, two were wiped out. Ugh, um, actually, no, it was three. Two were wiped out. One fell,
mm,
and I've had very limited interactions with the one that fell because they're very, very banal. For some reason, I have no idea why. Because considering from casual observation, they are all batshit crazy.
fuck, a crazy moon beast. That's makes sense, but
Yeah. Uh,
make, makes sense, but it's absolutely terrifying.
yeah, uh, but the streaming has special place for crazy, but these guys were banable as hell.
I don't look forward to meeting any of them then.
No.
Hmm. Thankfully, there's such a thing called the myths.
Yes. Just pray that that it's not a the crescent moon or the spirit the shamans or the druids
Ah, yeah, for
type
sure.
ones because
Myths are bad.
those actually have an easier time in remembering even through the mist.
Yikes. Yikes. Well, we're changelings. We should know how to fuddle some senses now and again, right?
Right. But I better get going, get so I can talk to Bryce and get rolling on the pubs and see if I can get working on them.
Very well. Welcome aboard again. I think it'll be awesome to have an extra set of hands and eyes.
Yeah, it will be definitely an experience.
He will stand up and shake your hand, like very excited that he's going to have some help at the barony. A little too
Yeah,
much, too eager.
yeah, and the fact that it's coming from a puka, he's not questioning this.
Nope.
Other than, and with that, we'll part in the scene with Kagoma and Jimmy shaking hands on a business deal, a successful business deal, and I guess job interview, you could say. Uh, and this has been an edition of Living World of Darkness, Kingdom of Apples. Uh, known as, I've titled this as Running Wild. See y'all.